Hi everyone, this is Angus here, and today I'm going to give you an unboxing and review of the KU XIU foldable 3-in-1 wireless charger. So this is my first time reviewing my products from this company, and to find out more I did a bit of research. They are an Australian company, but it's owned by a Chinese company and the trademark is in China. They got in touch with me and they said they wanted me to test this and review it, so thank you very much to KU XIU for providing this to me. Starting with the unboxing, it seems quite simple. It is a little bit over packaged. It doesn't feel completely flat. I don't know if you can see there that that's how the box came. So in terms of professionalism, I think could be a little bit better actually. Also, like, the barcode is on the front, which is a bit messy. It should really be on the bottom or out the way. But the product design looks nice, and then the packaging seems quite simple. As we can see, it comes in multiple different colors, and there we have some specifications on the back. So this wireless charger has 3 different pads for charging, and they do provide different outputs, but I will be testing all of those today. As we can see, it's addressed in China, and then we just have the model on the side. We have a box, and it looks like we have some instructions. Again, like, the instructions, they're a bit bent. So again, like, in terms of professionalism, we have it in different languages. I think one thing that is great is that it does come with a wall plug, and I think that's really useful. And as we can see, it's got a USB-C port. So there's the cable. So if we undo that. So this professionalism and sort of like delivery does look a little bit better. I appreciate it probably is a startup company and is quite small, but I think if they're charging a premium price, it's always good to give a premium delivery. Just looking at the USB-C cable, usually when things are braided, it tells me that they are better quality. So, first impressions of this, it feels weighty, and it does feel good quality. Don't know what material that is, that's probably plastic, but it does feel relatively high quality. I'm not sure that it is metal. It will probably be plastic for wireless charging, but first impressions, it does seem like a nice product. It's a nice design. Again, it's not like completely fluid and completely straight, but I think it does look nice. It does look nice on the desk. The hinge feels pretty smooth, pretty firm, which is a good sign. And that feels quite nice as well. That looks like that comes out. So in the picture, that's how they have it. So let's give it a test. We'll plug that in. I'm not sure if there is a light. Not seeing any lights, but we can test it with my watch. Okay, so it doesn't seem to be working with my watch. Let's try this one. That doesn't seem to be working either. I wonder whether it's plugged in firm enough. Oh, that seems to be working. Okay, so it's not directly in the center, but actually slightly on the side, which is interesting. So that seems to be working. Let's try the other ones. So that one looks like it's for headphones, but that should work anyway. Yeah, okay, so that's working, and that seems to be a bit easier. I can just dump it on. Yeah, so that one does seem to be sort of in the center. Okay, so that one's working. I'm hoping that this one's specifically for the watch, because I'm wondering whether I put this on my desk at work. I'm hoping it works. Yeah, I can't seem to get this to work for my watch. Yeah, so that's working there, but not for the watch. It might be that maybe it's only compatible. Oh, so that is working now. So I do find that just a bit disappointing. Maybe it just takes a bit of practice, but I'm finding with this wireless charger, okay, so we do have a blue light. Don't know if that can be seen, but I am seeing a very small blue light, so we know that's working. Yeah, I'm finding that it's just a little bit tricky. Maybe it just takes a bit of practice. Okay, so I've put it on again and it does seem to be working. So I'm finding that, yeah, it probably just have to get a bit of use to it. It's not maybe as flush as one that's like completely magnetic. Like if I leave that there, that does seem, okay, so that's now stopped working. So if I move that over here, yeah, so I'm finding it's a bit fidgety. So that's something to bear in mind if maybe you're expecting to use this every day for your watch. You do have to sort of focus on getting it charging first. I can't just dump this on here and then leave it, because that's not charging now. I need to perfectly align it in. Okay, so that seems to be working now. I can feel it sort of like slides into place, but then it just doesn't charge. So that's something to just sort of bear in mind if you're planning to use this every day for your watch. Yeah, still not getting it to charge. If I just, maybe, if I just leave this on here. Yeah, so that's not charging either. So I'm finding, again, it's just a bit fidgety, where, you know, if I'm using this every day, I want to just leave it on. Well, that seems to be working. It seems to be a bit 50-50. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I do know there is a magnet here, so that can sort of help with your phone, which I'm now going to test. So yeah, let's test it with my iPhone and see what happens. And we'll test them. Okay, so that seemed to snap in really, really easily. So that was actually quite a good experience. So maybe, I think for a phone, seems to snap in really nicely, and that feels quite firm. That's actually really, really cool feature, that being magnetic. I think that's great, because I usually find that with other wireless chargers, when it doesn't snap in, it's quite annoying. So that is quite, I can lift that up and I'm not going to worry about that sliding out, and that's still charging. So that's actually great. Yeah, that's like a really smooth experience, really comfortable, really easy. If I was using that every day for my phone, I'd be pretty confident that would charge, because I can just quite easily snap that in. And that seems to be charging. So that was a great experience. Let's try the other ones. Not sure if this one's going to work, but okay, so that seems to be working pretty effortlessly. So yeah, so that's really cool. If I move this up like this, see how it looks. Okay, so it is a bit too heavy for the phone. Obviously you can angle it, so that now seems to be working. And what's cool is that's now quite a good stand for my phone. So it keeps it clear from getting dirty and dusty on the table. So to summarize on this wireless charger, I am pretty happy with it. I think that the experience with the phone seems really great. It's magnetic, it's smooth, and the premium quality seems quite good. I do like the design and I'm looking forward to using this more on my desk. I think the experience with the smartwatch seemed a bit disappointing, but I think maybe that is because I've got a specific model. So for Huawei watches, it doesn't seem great, but probably for Samsung watches or Galaxy watches, it might be a better experience. And I think that because this is still sort of like a small company, I do have to give them a bit of credit, and that this may be like a first prototype, and maybe that in the future it will get better. It does seem to be a good product. I think it's priced pretty well. I think if you're going to be using this every single day, that would be really useful. The fact that it comes with a fast wireless charger as well and the power brick, see that's just useful in itself. So overall, I think this is a really great product. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5. Maybe things that could be improved on is things like the packaging experience. There is a light in the bottom, but it's like really small. I think that maybe could be a bit brighter. But there are some great things, like there's a travel case. So if you want to take this with you, it packs up into a really small design. And obviously having the option to charge 3 things at the same time is really useful. And I think they have done a good job with the design. So there is a unboxing and review of this product. Again, I'd like to thank them for giving me the opportunity to test it, but I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. I think it's a solid product and I would definitely recommend it. So there is my review of this wireless charger. Thank you very much for watching and see you in the next video.